Hi, this is Michelle from SynergyIQ. I just wanted to share with you a technique that I use to help me to manage to stay calm in some crazy times, but also it's a technique that I've been using for a little while to build my resilience after having a health scare at the end of last year and some very significant burnout that contributed to a bad health scare for me. I recognized that my need to be calm and my need to be able to build my resilience was paramount. I created this little technique for myself that I call breathe into the gap. And it's something that I use and I've been using since before Christmas to, one, recover from the burnout, but also to build my resilience to ensure that when I'm faced with stressful times, I'm able to move through them in a more productive way. So breathe into the gap. GAP is GAP, and it stands for gratitude, acceptance, and presence. And the breathe into is me reminding myself to take a breath and then do my gap. We sometimes forget to breathe, and breath is actually one of the things that can calm us down in times of uncertainty. I know as a leader of teams now and a leader of teams throughout my career, I have had times where I have been at quite a high level of stress and almost, actually I've caught myself not breathing. So breathing is a technique that actually it calms down your brain. So being able to breathe when you're feeling any kind of emotion, that's the first stage. So take a deep breath. The next is G, and G stands for gratitude. So I always have to take a breath before I can tap into gratitude, because judgment and criticism and negativity is way easier to fall into. Gratitude's sometimes harder, particularly in hard times. So take a breath, and then I find something to be grateful for. And that might be something really simple, like my dog is sitting on my lap and I'm patting him, and I'm really grateful for that experience. The next one is acceptance. And I was listening to a podcast or interview with Lady Gaga, funnily enough, a long while ago, and she talked about the concept of radical acceptance. It's actually a Buddhist concept, so I did some research into that and looked at how you can accept even the hardest things in your life. Acceptance isn't about condonement, it's about accepting the reality of the situation right now. Eckhart Tolle says that stress is caused when we try to, in the space of what is real and then what we actually want to be real. And that space and the struggle in that space is where stress is caused. So being able to accept the current situation as just as is, then that's a really helpful thing. So one of the things I say to myself is, it is what it is. And that helps me to recenter and to accept the situation. And the last one is P, and this one I get directly from Eckhart Tolle, which is presence. So being able to stay in the present moment is so important, because there is so much uncertainty around. Being able to stay present in what we're actually doing right now, rather than dreaming off into the future, which I have a tendency to do, because I do have a level of anxiety that I manage on a day-to-day basis, and these are the ways that I actually manage that anxiety. So instead of floating off into the future and catastrophizing all the things that could go wrong, I stay present and look at the things that I actually can do now, the action I can take right now. And also, it's about enjoying that present moment, because that's actually all we have. Breathe into the gap. I invite you to try this out for yourself. It did take me a very, very long time to have this sink into my bones and use it as a technique to help calm me. And I don't get it right every day, and sometimes I forget to breathe into the gap. So this is a reminder to me as well as an invitation to you. I hope you found this useful, and if you did, please feel free to share it with your colleagues, with your networks, and visit SynergyIQ.com.au to find out all of the things that we do to help businesses adopt new ways of working. Thank you.